Each morning, in a quiet town in the northeast of Ghana, the streets come to life as people from surrounding villages flock to its marketplace to sell their produce and wares. This is a scene that Caroline Yaba knows well. Caroline's father left her family when she was very young, forcing her mother to go abroad in search of work and leaving Caroline to care for her brother, her two sisters, and their grandmother. To make ends meet, Caroline would often sell small goods at the market.
And that time, I was the mother of the house. I used to go to the market, I go and sell other people things to get money, come and cater because she couldn't walk. She can't do anything. She used to sit down, we bath her, we do everything for her in the room.
In 2010, Caroline's life was turned upside down. Her grandmother passed away, and soon after, the family home was dispossessed.
We slept and woke up and she was gone. Then that time no phone to call, or my mother doesn't have phone. So we have to come tell Uncle Fred what happened.
Fred Amenga Atego runs the Centre for Child Development in Bolgatanga. A devoted husband and father to 3 children of his own, Fred is known and loved as a father figure to the many other young people he has supported through the CCD and its outreach programs, like Caroline and her siblings. A family friend of their grandmother, Fred generously supported the children with their school fees and other needs, and when tragedy struck, he organised a proper funeral for Caroline's grandmother. With no roof over their heads, Caroline turned again to Uncle Fred, who welcomed her and her siblings into the CCD's Next Generation home. In Bolgatanga, children are especially vulnerable to streetism, being forced to survive on the streets. They move about the marketplace, often carrying heavy loads and engaging in dangerous work. But these children are among Ghana's most invisible, the hardest to reach with vital services such as healthcare and education. Without an education and with very few options available to them, these children are vulnerable to exploitation such as slavery and human trafficking. Often, their lives become only more difficult with age. Unemployment in Bolgatanga and the Upper East region of Ghana is a massive issue. In 2015, less than 60% of working-age people in Bolgatanga were employed. A staggering 42% of 15 to 24-year-olds were without jobs. This is where the Centre for Child Development and its Next Generation home come in, offering food and shelter for children who would otherwise face streetism. Sadly, there is room at the centre for only the most vulnerable children, but CCD's outreach program provides additional support to around 95 children living on the streets of Bolgatanga. The CCD ensures these children receive an education at local schools and through the centre's apprenticeships and vocational training program. A key aspect of the CCD's approach is to work towards the reintegration of children back into their families and communities where appropriate. Augustina Chule is one of the CCD's success stories. Thanks to the centre, he was able to attend one of the best schools in the region and attain a high school qualification. He recently returned to his family's farm, where he has become a positive influence for his younger siblings and the youth in his community. With agriculture the primary industry in northern Ghana, the CCD has established a farm with pigs, goats, guinea fowl and cows. The proceeds from the sale of livestock and milk will help make the centre sustainable, while children and young people will be given the opportunity to gain agricultural skills and experience, enabling them to join a cooperative or create their own business in the future.
What this project is doing for us is to empower these young people, because the jobs are not available and offered by the government because they're not enough. Then people will have to learn how to be self-reliant, how you can be self-employed.
Now, thanks to the material and spiritual support she received from Fred and the CCD, Caroline is in training to become a nurse so she can educate women in rural areas about reproductive health. She believes education is the key to reducing the high rates of teenage pregnancy in these areas and wants to use her skills to be part of this solution. Caroline says she owes much to the opportunities made possible by the CCD and Fred.
I don't know how to express how he is to us, but he's so wonderful and he impacted a lot in my life. Without him, I don't know where I would have been.
Caroline's brother and one of her sisters are also living at the CCD, while her youngest sister has been able to return home to be cared for by their mother. As for Caroline, she now has opportunities to forge her own path. Catholic Mission supports the CCD to secure its future and to make sure that more children like Caroline can acquire skills and knowledge that will allow them to lead a productive, healthy and long life. Partner with Catholic Mission today so that the Centre for Child Development and other projects like it around the world can continue to spread the love, light and life of Jesus Christ.
In the Word of God, there is power. In the name of Jesus, every knee shall bow. Our Father in heaven, we praise your name, and we bow down before you. Our Father in heaven, we praise your name.